Welcome, everybody. And my name is Shane, and I'm here to welcome you to another episode of Digimon Adventure, episode 2020 episode review and recap. Today's episode is episode 54. It's titled The Vagrant War Demon, Rebellimon. And you can barely see that right there, but yeah, I'm telling you, getting to these episodes is kind of annoying. I wish Hulu would have just had all of them. I don't care about sitting through, what's the word I'm looking for? Commercials or ads. It's just, But anyway, really good episode. Let's go ahead and get right into it. If you remember last time, it was basically Joe's episode with Shogun Gekkemon. I can't remember the Japanese name for him. And one thing I didn't mention before is this episode, that last episode was not centric on Tai. Tai just happened to show up and aid in whatever Joe needed. Take that, haters. But we're giving a little bit of a recap. And remember, the 8 crests, which I really like that we're looking for 8 crests and it wasn't 7. And then sooner or later, oh man, the bad guys already found the 8th one. No, it's cool that we have everyone looking for all 8. And they've got to find a way to stop this great catastrophe. Tai and Agumon, of course, leave because the Digivice is leading them somewhere. And now we are met with a cloaked Digimon. Ooh, who's this cloaked Digimon that's just going down this lonely road? Looks like we're in the Wasteland. And all of a sudden, Tai and Greymon are surrounded by a Digimon while Tai is hovering over Digimon. They are surrounded by this guy. It's Giroman. Giroman in English, but Giroman in Japanese. He has a little chainsaw, has little smart bombs right there. There are dozens and dozens of these guys surrounding them. And Giroman, whatever, the bombs look kind of orange, and they are repeatedly saying eliminate. First I couldn't tell they were actually talking, but because they have a robotic voice and they're speaking Japanese, yeah, they're saying eliminate. And as always, let me read you something from the encyclopedia about this guy. It's a Digimon patrolling within the computer network while floating lightly in the air. It's also known as the Net Keeper. It repels Digimon who try to illegally enter the network. It is surely a frightening Digimon, as when it judges the intruder to be an opponent, it will repel them with all attacks it is able to muster. And it is said that if it is driven into a predicament, it will completely annihilate the intruder by blowing itself up. The special move is a super powerful hand grenade called Deadly Bomb. These things, I gotta remember, in Digimon Adventure, or 2020, Ultimate Digimon, 9 times out of 10, are very large. Back in, this guy showed up in Digimon Adventure Season 2, 02. It was working with the Mamimon brothers. You know, those are generally Digimon that are like, I call them like Pixie-mon size. I forget what else they call Pixie-mon. They call them Piccolo-mon in Japanese. Pardon me. They're fairly small. But in this one, it's like if you had a giant round watermelon in front of you. Because these things were big enough. I guess these things are big enough for a Greymon to palm. They're fairly large. And of course, the Digimon, Tai, and this is kind of funny because Tai asks the Digimon's name again, asks if they're okay. It's Cutemon. Oh, wait, so bright, that bright pink. Yeah, guys, it's Cutemon. Who remembers Cutemon from Digimon Cross Wars? Let's go ahead and read the encyclopedia on this little cutie pie. Which, Cutemon is a mischievous and peppy but timid fairy Digimon that lives in cold areas. Although they may look like large rabbit ears, it's not ears, but it has a kind of a sensory organ which it can sense the approach of other Digimon in no time. Thanks to this, it's extremely rare to catch sight of a Cutemon, because it would immediately hide itself. If you do happen to catch sight of one, it's a very rare fortune, or a Cutemon is mischievously luring you into a trap. Its trademark muffler, scarf, is beyond imagination with its insulating properties, as it is very warm. If you were able to obtain one, you can call yourself lucky. It has the ability to heal wounds, and if it's in the vicinity of an injured Digimon, it will come closer, taking care not to be noticed, and heal that Digimon. Its scratches and cuts are already healed by the time it realizes what's going on, and due to Cutemon's mischievous nature. Cute and mischievous nature. Cutemon first showed up in Cross Wars. Didn't have a level because Cross Wars didn't do levels, but it's obvious that it's a child level Digimon. I believe they finally identified him, probably one of the little devices that was dedicated to cross wars. Let's go ahead and cross you out here, buddy. So yeah, they're hovered over this thing, and suddenly we have smart bombs being thrown at Greymon. Greymon is deflecting it, and it's exploding. You got these guys coming in from all angles, and Greymon's doing his best, doing his best job to repel these things. Even Tai makes mention that, man, the Digivice really led us to a really dangerous place. Greymon is doing his best, and Tai's Digivice starts to glow brightly. You know what's going to happen. We get the full Digivolution evolution sequence of Greymon into Metal Greymon. Fantastic as always. Metal Greymon's using his, Metal Claw, fighting against those chainsaws. While these things, again, are going eliminate. Which I guess this might have something. What I like about Digimon Adventure 2020, the encyclopedia lore a lot of times plays into these Digimon, so who knows, maybe they think they're protecting this wasteland, but I got some more information for you later. So while Metal Greymon's fighting these things, and again, they are surrounded, a little bit ways behind, the cloaked figure shows up, and there's a Gyromon that notices them. Well, as Metal Greymon's coming in for an attack, as the Gyromon is coming in for an attack, one of Giromon just flung right between them, and it's in the ground. This thing's, you saw how round it is. Its face is dented, and we see our hooded cloak figure. The cloak is coming up. The Giromon is smacking the ground with his arms and grabs that chainsaw and hits it, flinging the cloak off of it. But our cloaked figure, and now uncloaked figure, has a motorcycle-like bottom part, and it starts shooting rapid fire gunfire on this thing, and it's tumbling and it finally explodes. And when Taichi goes, well, who was that? Cutemon raises its cute little head and says, Rebellimon. Who's Rebellimon? Oh, this is Rebellimon. Oh, look at that. Look at this boy right here. If he looks weird, he's supposed to. I give you a little thing here. See here, as two whirly saws with a little blade that can capture them, and that's a fist that has missiles in it. Let's go ahead and read his encyclopedia real quick. By the way, this is the first anime that's showing up in, because this is a brand new Digimon. His first appearance was actually in the Digimon Pendulum Z Series 2. He is a cyborg Digimon equipped with high-powered engine. It's said that he evolved from a Digimon driven to the brink of death that took in junk data from its surroundings. Is an outlaw who loots parts from other machine Digimon in order to further strengthen and remodel its body, which is, of course, made out of junk. Occasionally, it has been witnessed racing noisily with Machmon. You guys remember Machmon, the thing that raced against Garurumon, making him go into Metal Garurumon? Where am I here? Its special moves are firing a large quantity of missiles from its left arm, called Vanquish missiles, and pulverizing the enemy as it minces them with its heavily machinery on the right arm, known as Maximum Demolisher. This is an ultimate level Digimon, folks. So he's pretty big guy. Let me go back over here. He's a pretty big guy. And once this guy shows up, the Giromon know exactly who he is. They're saying, it's Rebellimon, he who refuses to die, Rebellimon the Reckless, and they're speaking in very robotic voices. So two of them throw the smart bombs at his head, hitting his horns. They blow up in his face. He doesn't flinch, as one of them, their movements are very deliberate, very jerky, even when they're floating in midair, because they're just making a beeline towards him. The one that tries to hit him with the chainsaw gets caught in those blades, gets sawed until it just crushes into the pixels. That's how they die in this show. And at this point, it's on. One of the cool things about him is, since he has that motorcycle-like lower half, he constantly sounds like an engine that's running. So he's fighting back and forth, killing these things. And Tai was like, okay, so he's not one of their friends. Which Tai shouldn't have said that because now Rebellimon is in the air. He's making a beeline towards Metal Greymon. And little note, one of the Giroman, who is hurt, kind of dented right here, it's running away very funnily with its arms on the ground like this. Because remember, it's a ball with two arms, and it's running away. Well, Rebellimon, says in his very nice, cool, deep, gruff voice, it's a new face, and he asks where they come from. He pushes hard. The engines and the smoke is running out of his motorcycle-like lower half. He would give the kid from My Hero Academia a run for his money. And he pushes into him. Metal Greymon just swipes him away. Animation in this episode is very, very good. And swipes him away. He comes right back at him, and Cutemon tries to stand in the way and says, no, you have to fight. Taichi, in the nick of time, rolls and scoops him up. And, Taichi's saying, hey, we're just passing through. There's no reason for us to fight. Rebellimon is retorting that it doesn't need a reason to fight. And Greymon is like, Metal Greymon's like, stop. Like, literally, just stop. He fires his trident arm. Rebellimon rides all up and down on it. And right when he's going to come down with that little mincemeat arm, Metal Greymon, with his horn, pushes him back. And as he pushes him back, we get a flash from many, many episodes back. The last time Greymon, or Metal Greymon, has done this is against Ogremon, and that's who we see in the background. So, quick little spoilers, because I super duper called this last week, because I knew where Rebellimon evolved from. It evolves from Ogremon, and they were trying to give Ogremon his own little line, and it makes sense, right? It makes sense that Rebellimon would come from Ogremon. Remember last time we saw him, he was having a one-on-one fight with Greymon for revenge, but then Metal Tyrannomon showed up, and he was fighting against Metal Tyrannomon, Ogremon was, and he got completely obliterated by the nuke laser. At least that's what we thought. Based on how Rebellimon looks with the mechanical thing over his face, and remember, his encyclopedia entry said Digimon was on the brink of death. Probably had his mouth blown off, his entire lower half gone, both arms just obliterated. And wherever he landed, he was pulling in data. It's kind of crazy to think that he got blasted so hard that he is in a whole nother continent. He got blasted off of the floating island continent into a whole nother place. Unless he landed, collected himself, and just started to ride around. You guys couldn't see that off screen. But, yeah. So they get flashes, both of them. And it's so crazy that I'm thinking to myself, why does Rebellimon, why wouldn't he recognize him? And of course, Metal Greymon does a tail slap to get him away. Rebellimon starts to hold his face because he lands now. He's like holding his face here, and Cutemon tries to come up behind him. He revs his wheels, spreading dirt in his face, saying, I told you, stay away from me. And Ty's like, man, this dude has some issue. Yes, Cutemon, what's his name again? And now we're at Cutemon's little abode. It's like, it's a wasteland, so there's fallen buildings, and it's like, this is like the side of a fallen building. They're inside. Cutemon prepared them some tea. You see a cute little metal baby Digimon running around. And Cutemon is saying, Rebellimon doesn't remember doesn't remember where it came from, doesn't remember who he was beforehand. He enjoys living there. Cutemon does, because it's better than living in the cave, but over time more and more Digimon showed up. And as Cutemon is speaking, we have Rebellimon driving through the wasteland. That lone Giroman is on top of 3 Borman. It was on top of 1 Borman, leading more Borman, and they go right after Rebellimon. Excuse me. And after a while, there was nothing there, but more and more Digimon came, and soon more Digimon. We see Goblimon with Gazimon's little baby form behind them. They're bullying Digimon. They're bullying Purple Elecmon, and they're saying, more and more Digimon came to bully the weak, and soon Turf Wars had sprung up. And one of the Digimon we saw in this Turf War fighting against Giroman was this guy here. This Digimon is called Tekkemon. Looks just like Giroman, doesn't he? Little ball form, except he has more of a metallic look to him, and he has a single short sword blade, right? Well, wait till you find out about this guy. Tekkemon never showed up in any shows or any anime, but he was an unobtainable Digimon enemy in Digimon World, the first Digimon World. So this is technically its first appearance in the anime. This guy, and I gotta show you Borman too. This guy here, it said is a Digimon been created by an evil hacker to destroy programs in response to the Netkeeper Giroman. It wears a mask made of iron and glares at his enemies with sharp eyes. Its special moves are cutting the enemy's configuration data in half with a sword that possesses terrifying sharpness, the Zandekin, and flicking itself as if it were a pachinko ball. So he doesn't blow up; he just bounces everywhere. And I love the throwback that they did by showing, hey, we didn't forget in lore, these things were made to fight these things. So here we're gonna have them fight. And the Digimon, here we go. This is Borman. Little piggy, oink oink oink. And Borman's encyclopedia reads that he is an armor level mammal Digimon, evolved through the power of the Digimental of Courage or the Digi-Egg of Courage. It is reckless and is a Digimon that exists solely to embody the word of recklessness, and his legs, tail, and mane are shrouded in flames. No one can stop Borman's stampede, and according to one theory, it is said that the program that governs Borman's thinking has no concept of turning, because, the Totsugeki Hitai Aite, which is, I'm going to roughly translate this, Japanese armor. I'll roughly translate to Japanese armor. The Japanese armor is made of chrome Digizoid and is attached to the brow. That's the chrome Digizoids on his head. His special move is inhaling large amounts of air in the atmosphere and releasing high temperature breath all at once from its snout, which is called Nose Blaster. Very, very dumb name, but app. He first showed up in the Digimon Frontier movie, Revival of the Ancient Digimon. Also showed up in Digimon Savers, being part of the group with Rebellimon that was going to take over the human world, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Pardon me. So, Cutemon, my bad. Cutemon says he doesn't, all this is happening as Cutemon's talking. We're going back and forth between present, fighting him, getting ready to fight the Borman with Giroman, and thinking of the past where he doesn't remember his past, and he doesn't even remember the reasons why he needs to fight and win. And we get a nice little flashback of him appearing, Rebellimon appearing, and there's a large bolt of lightning hitting the ground, and suddenly this Digimon appears. Boltmon. Yes, that's right. Bolt of lightning, Boltmon. Mega level Digimon. He's a prototype cyborg, constructed using at the same time as Andromon. But unlike Andromon, he's based on organic tissue and possesses emotions, as well as a power that surpasses Andromon's. But it's difficult to control, and he ran wild and was consigned to oblivion in the darkness. It is an unfortunate Digimon whose own existence was denied, so it wanders within the darkness of sorrow. And his special move is his easily wielded gigantic battle axe, Tomahawk Steiner, like the Steiner recliner. But he's also based on Frankenstein's monster, obviously. Super, 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 obviously. So in a little flashback that we are given, we see that Boltmon raises this axe and splits the ground, and the impact is enough that, Rebellimon is hurt and is flung away, and Boltmon just walks away with his axe. And one of the first things that Cutemon had said to Tai and others was that, Rebellimon saying that he is fighting so that he stays alive. And when Rebellimon actually first appeared, he had saved Cutemon from a bunch of Giroman that, just had the little thing in their hands, basically giant me head holding this little thing. And he thought it was there to save him, but it wasn't. He just said the cute are in the way. and that's where Cutemon also saw the fight against Borman afterwards. We get more. We do get more. We do get to see more battles. Like before, he got owned by Borman. He's beating the crap out of Goblimons. He doesn't really have a reason to fight, but he just wanted to keep fighting stronger Digimon. And Cutemon is worried about him. Agumon and Tai are kind of bothered by this Digimon. Like it's something about him that's bothering them. More or less, they know this guy is gonna fight until he hurts himself. And now the ground is starting to rumble around them. They go outside, and it's the fight with the Borman. The saw arm that Rebellimon has is starting to go out. He's trying to get it together, but before a Borman can attack him, Greymon appears, knocks him to the side. They're giving him some assistance. He gets that saw arm to work as he was knocked into some rubble and he hits the ground, but then he ends up hitting it on a Borman and it works again. As Greymon's trying to powerbomb a Borman, he's tackled by one that Giroman is on. Is about to blow flames on him, but a Borman appears behind Taichi. Greymon's not going to have it. Throws them one into the other. The flames spark onto the side. And the Borman is starting to run up on him. Taichi is now in Greymon's palm. Taichi's Digivice is spinning. It's getting stronger. Day is turning into twilight. And he fires what I like to call a mega flare because of the energy from Taichi flowing through him, clashes with the flames, breaks through, and destroys the Borman. I'm just looking through my notes real quick. I don't remember what happened to the Giroman. The Giroman might have got destroyed when they flung it into the other Borman. But now sun is setting, and Giroman, is running away once again. I thought he was dead, but no. Everybody he runs away. Now we're at night. We're at another broken down building. Cutemon heals Agumon, and Cutemon is in awe of how Taichi and Agumon fight. Saying, you guys fight in perfect sync. That's amazing. That's wonderful. And Taichi goes up to Rebellimon and says, what are you fighting for? He's like, I don't really need a reason. He said, well, I feel like having a reason to fight for makes you stronger. We fight for our friends. We fight for each other. Agumon even goes out his way to say, when I fight with Taichi, I feel like I can't be stopped. And Rebellimon's kind of mulling over his head, thinking something important, and, he's flexing in thought. Suddenly, Cutemon tells them that they need to move because an object comes down and splits the stone slab of a building that they're standing on, and it's Borman. Borman calls his axe back, and his axe is so heavy that it makes him slide back several feet. So Rebellimon is going to go in and do its thing and fight, and I did my best to recount this fight. The Borman has red eyes. I don't know if that's a normal thing or if that's just based on whatever evolution it had. He throws his axe again. Rebellimon's able to dodge and he's coming in. They're battling, but Borman obviously can use electricity and shocks him as the tomahawk. The large tomahawk is going through building after building after building. Taichi's Digivice scans him and he's like, oh crap, this is a mega level Digimon. After Borman super shocks him, we get a nice little scene of like the bolts leaving its arm, shutting down, and it's gearing up a spinning, spiraling fist that definitely connects with Rebellimon. And Rebellimon tries to use his own fist. It doesn't work. It spins him, sends him flying, and skidding across the ground. He gets his axe again, and he's making a beeline towards Rebellimon. With Cutemon, for the life of me, remember guys, Mega Digimon, even back when Borman was first a thing, which I didn't look at, where he first appeared in Digimon Tamers. He was one of the few Digimon that Digivolved to fight the D-Reaper, Digivolved fully to Mega. This thing's already massive. Mega Digimon are massive Digimon. And with each step it takes, and Cutemon's trying to block him, Cutemon's about to get squashed. And, Tai and Agumon trying to run towards it. I'm guessing that, they're both pretty tired because they've fought literally twice in one day. So they're trying to make their way to Cutemon. Rebellimon thinks back to that first fight with Borman. Because when he saw Borman, he remembers the loss. But now that he's flat on his back, he thinks back and he remembers Cutemon, who was also beat the heck up, healing him. And right when that large boot of Borman is he's purposely going to try to stomp on Cutemon. Rebellimon zooms in and gets Cutemon, has him on his shoulder. I don't even need my notes to remember this part, because this is where stuff just got amazing. And Tai and Agumon are happy that he caught him. He says, "Why did my body move? Why did I move to save you?" And he thinks back to Agumon saying, protecting Taichi gives him so much power. Music swells now. They both, Cutemon's on the shoulder, and they dodge that tomahawk again. Cutemon notices that now the grapple arm with the saws is broken off. It's broken. His one fist that he uses with the missiles in it, it's broken. But Cutemon does a max power heal on that arm, and they're moving forward. They dodge the tomahawk coming back again and fire a missile parallel to the tomahawk. So the missile gets there first before Borman can catch it. Of course, the missile doesn't hurt him, but the axe does. He misses catching the axe and it spins in his chest and is breaking pieces off of him. Meanwhile, Borman has to punch his axe away, exposing his chest, and Rebellimon charging up a nuke-powered fist, leaping into the air, and Borman is getting that spin action fist ready. Remember, Borman's a massive Digimon, so fist is this big. Rebellion fist is about the same as mine. And with the moon behind him, he comes down and they do a clash, but this time he is powered through the want to protect this Digimon that has always looked after him. His nuke power fist breaks through his arm, literally breaking through that massive arm, sending Borman back, and Borman explodes into pixels. And that is the battle. You really have to watch this. Me describing it does not do it justice. So, it's becoming daylight now. Cutemon is becoming daylight now, and they're asking Rebellion, well, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm going to go and fight more opponents. Which, one thing I missed was that he let out a nice little victory roar, and Cutemon was smiling. So, now they're asking what are you going to do? Well, he's going to fight more enemies. And Agumon asks Cutemon, what are you going to do? Rebellimon says, if you want to ride, you can get on. And Cutemon then asks, well, Tai and Agumon, what are you guys going to do? Well, we're going to follow the Digivice is telling me to go this way, so we're going to follow wherever the signal's going. Which way you guys are going? And there's a long pause, and Rebellimon is looking straight. He's like looking forward, looking down at his hand, and he says, straight ahead. And Taichi reacts to this, but by the time he reacts to this, Rebellimon zooms away. And Taichi asks Agumon, you hear that? He said, yeah, I heard it, but there's no way. And as Rebellimon and Cutemon are driving off, we see Rebellimon's horn that has a metal cap on it. Why is this important? Because the last thing Agumon said to them, they were trying to find the Holy Digimon. The last thing Agumon told them was straight ahead. The horn is important because the first fight he had with Greymon, he snapped off his horn. And that's our episode. The encyclopedia was on Rebellimon, and Coach Rose talking about the mohawk that Rebellimon has. He actually says, I want to see what his hair looks like going down. Next week, we're going to get Rosemon. Next episode is going to be Protecting a Digimon School. And we're going to get several hardcore fan favorite Digimon. From this preview, I saw Bancho, Mamimon, I saw Gigimon, I saw Babamon, I saw Rosemon. Of course, Mimi's going to be there. It's going to be a good episode. I'm giving this episode 5 out of 5. Because I personally thought that Ogremon was just going to be dead until the preview from last week. I'm like, okay, he stayed alive. I'm slightly disappointed that, they didn't remember each other initially for it to be like, man, how did you what happened after we thought you died? Like, what happened? Perhaps some mystery is left up to it. And I love the fact that at least he said something that let them know that it was him. Even though they said, "No, it's no way." They said it and laughed, which they wouldn't laugh because someone that protected them had died. They would be laughing because, wow, it's probably actually him. And I wish Agumon wasn't as Agumon-y, because when he was Middle Greymon, you should have been like, yeah, I got the same feeling I had when I fought Ogremon when fighting this guy. But music was great. Animation, this was movie level animation. Like, there was no lacking in this. Great music, great animation. We start off with a battle. You know, I'm a D&D guy, so one of my favorite things in D&D is to actually start. Like, you start off with a fight. You got my attention. Perfect. Had a bunch of new Digimon, some that were old, some that were actually new. Bravo. 5 out of 5 episode. Let me know what you think of the episode, please. Write in the comment section down below. And if I got anything wrong, remember, I look to you guys to correct me if I forget anything. No one's perfect. Again, give me a like. Give me a sub. Hit the notification bell. Be notified of more videos like this. You know, we do these every Sunday. Also, share the video so other people can see what a great time we're having. You know, right along with your comments, and send me a little share. Let me know what you guys are thinking of. I'm really sad to think that this series is gonna end in like 2 or 3 months. So, as always, guys, thank you for showing up. Please be good, be blessed. Wash your hands, wear your mask if you haven't got vaccinated. Even if you have, be safe out there, and be good to yourself, be good to others. Please don't be a jerk. Black Lives Matter, and I will definitely see you next time.